What is up, YouTube? Just thought I would do a follow-up 3-week update review video on my Ride1Up 700. Still love the bike. I've really got nothing bad to say. It's going to go over a couple of things that I've done since the last video. It's hot here. It's 101 degrees. It's ridiculous. So anyways, here's the bike. Been riding a lot. I've got I want to say almost 200 miles on it now. Let's take a look here. 168 miles. So I've put on, I think, about 100 miles since in the last 3 weeks. I pretty much, when I'm riding around town or need to run errands around town, I'm pretty much just doing them on the bike, and the battery life is still phenomenal. I was going to go over a couple of things with you. I can't remember if I had this strap that they displayed in the setup video, but didn't come with a bike. So I talked to them anyways. I ended up buying it for $5. Super handy for strapping on things when I need to carry them. So a couple of things. So I've been playing around with the controller, and I noticed right after my last video where my one, wouldn't call it a complaint, but the one thing I noticed is that the company hadn't actually put out a controller video for this new updated controller. Well, about a few days after I posted my video, lo and behold, one appeared on YouTube. So I'm not going to go through all that, but what I am going to go through is some of the things that I've changed on here. So hold the plus and the minus, get you into the setup. If you go down to advanced, actually, yeah, let's go into advanced. So the one thing I did change in here is the power set, and basically that lets you choose if you want to have assists 1 through 3, 1 through 5, 1 through 10, 1 through 9. I just recently lowered mine down to 1 through 3, and just to play with it a little bit, because I really ride the bike in one power assist most of the time, or pedal assist. So I changed it to 1 to 3, so that means I have 3 options, 3 levels. And if you go into that, you can see the percentage of power that each level has. And so I've been tweaking this because I like to cruise at around 16 miles an hour on my everyday rides. And so I'm kind of tweaking the number 2. I kind of did the number 1 as a kind of a slow pace because I got friends that have regular bikes, and inevitably I'm always way out in front of them. So I have that number 1 set at 33% power. Seems to be about 12 miles an hour, maybe. Number 2 is the one I use all the time. That's set at 57. I'm still tweaking that one because I want to ride at about 16.5 to 17 miles an hour in that one. That's just a comfortable pace for me in 4th or 5th gear. And then number 3 is 100% power. And let me tell you what, you can certainly feel that. So that's what I'm running right now. The other thing I changed in here, so if you go into here, there is a voltage setting. No, not a voltage setting. Hold on, sorry. I think it's in advanced. 22 amp, the current limit. So what this does is it limits the amount of amps that go to the motor. And when I looked at it a few minutes or before I changed it, I think it was set at like 17 amps. And so that means the motor will never hit its peak power ever. It's kind of done to save battery power and get you more range, but I really don't have a problem with range. So I bumped it all the way up to 22 amps. So now when I am going up a hill, I get full power. Like it uses almost 1,000 watts when it's boosting like up a hill. So I'm going to try that for a little bit and see what it does. I'm going to actually go on about a 10-12 mile ride tonight, so I'll probably post another video when I'm done with that, just to see if my battery, I can ride 20 miles and my battery doesn't leave 100%, so I'm not really worried about the battery too much. But it's hot tonight, so I might be using the pedal assist a little bit more. Still love the cell phone holder. It's rock solid and have not had any problems with that. It works perfect. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is bike insurance. So this is something I've never in my life thought of, but once you spend $1,700 on a bike, you kind of start thinking about it. I lock my bike up in the garage with just a cable lock that I have just through the wheels, through the frame, just so somebody can't wheel it out of my garage. I don't leave my garage open, but started kind of making me think, you know, what if eventually I'm gonna get a lock, and I'm still trying to figure out what lock I'm gonna get. Probably a kryptonite lock, but there's a YouTuber out there called the Lock Picking Lawyer that pretty much kind of scares me with any bike lock, because he can pretty much pick any bike lock that's out there within a minute. So it's kind of a little bit scary, but at any rate, I am gonna get a lock of some sort. I haven't left it like at a store locked up or anything yet. I don't, you know, kind of makes me nervous. So anyways, I called my homeowners, actually my renter's insurance, and they actually wouldn't cover an electric bike. They will cover a pedal bike, but because it has a motor, it's not covered. So I started digging around at some bike insurance companies, and I finally went with one called Markle Insurance, and I got a policy that covers the full cost of the bike with a $100 deductible, and it's about $200 a year. I think it's about $20 a month. I just did the monthly payment plan, and they do charge $3 for every one of those, so it probably would have been cheaper just to, well, definitely would have been cheaper just to pay it up front. But I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to pay the monthly and keep it easy. So it is covered if I get into an accident, covers damage, comes with a bunch of kind of add-on coverages that, you know, like if you're racing bikes and stuff, that it covers. So that's what I did. I got some insurance. I just feel a little bit safer knowing that if something does happen to it, it's covered, because it's a lot of money for a bike. I mean, I know there's way more expensive bikes out there, but it makes me feel better, and it's relatively cheap. So I'm gonna give it a whirl and just keep some coverage on it. Other than that, some other things I've been doing, I typically, when I get back from a ride and it's not wet, I'm not riding on dirt, you know, so the bike stays really clean. Just trying to take care of it as best I can. But some of the things I do when I do get back is I wipe down the rims. For some reason, it seems like the rims get so dirty that like every ride they get filthy. So probably just road dust and stuff that's out there. I wipe down the frame. I wipe the dirt off of the shocks up here where the oil is. It collects a lot of dirt there, just to keep those clean. The drivetrain is really clean. I haven't had to really do anything with that, but just basically wipe down the whole bike. So yeah, so I think that's gonna do it for this video. I'm trying to answer all the comments. I don't know, I have like 3,200 views of my first video. I've never had more than 20 views on a video, let alone over 3,000. I don't think anybody's looked at me 3,000 times in person, so it's crazy. But obviously there's a market, and there's a lot of people out there looking at bikes right now with the shelter-in-place stuff kind of lifting now. But every e-bike company, at least all the ones I've been looking at, their bikes are sold out till August. All the Rad power bikes and all the Ride1Ups, they're all sold out. Can't get them anymore for a while. So I just saw that Ride1Up launched a even higher end bike for $1,700. So I'm hoping they'll watch this video and maybe send me one, and I'll do I'll do an assembly you know, video, and I'll also do a you know, a review, because you know, it's one of these kind of niche areas that there's not a lot of stuff out there, which is apparent by all the views that I'm getting on my very short, quick review that I did for the first one. So anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to keep an eye on those. Like I said, I've never had to really look at those, and I went in there the other day and there was a ton of comments. So appreciate that. And I'm definitely no expert, but I will try to answer any questions I have, or any questions you have about the bike. All right, take care.